if you're looking at how to book hotels for the visa-free countries, there are a lot of websites. Booking.com, TripAdvisor, and even the country. When you Google the country, you will have the hotels coming up. Then you compare the price and then use your card to book. Some of them will require that you have the money in your account. Not like they'll deduct it, sitting in the account for them to be sure that you're really interested. And some too, they'll just give you the booking. When you get there, then you do the payment. So that is how you can prepare. And for the places you want to visit, the same thing. Like Cape Town, when you Google places to visit in Cape Town, TikTok, Google, you have a lot of places come up and how you can book. A lot of these countries with these amazing tourist sites have their websites. You can easily book for whatever event before you even get to the country. An example is Cape Town. Okay, they have a city tour, and shout out to the lady who who helped us with that. So they have buses that will tour the city all day. You can book for 2 days, 1 day, 3 days, 8 days, 7 days. It depends on what you want, and then you select where you want to visit. Okay, so the same for Dubai too. You can find places you want to visit and pay online before you even get into the country, right? So that saves you time. That saves you a lot of back and forth. Your itinerary is set. You know exactly what you're going to do, and then when you get there, you can even add on to the activities. And because you have a fair idea of what you want to do, it's easy to slot in 1 or 2 extra activities. That is something we did. So now that you're ready to travel, the flight, most flights will give you 23 kg, 2 of that, and then for the carry-on, 5 to 7 kg. But this is where the problem is. If you're going to do transit, which can happen if you want affordable flights, you have to do transit or layovers, please carry on a little bit of everything in your carry-on bag. If you have a little sponge, a little towel, some clothing to change into, in case you get to your destination and there's a change in flight, you can easily take care of yourself. Okay, if you're doing a transit, sometimes the flight might delay, there might be even a reschedule. But because you have something on your carry-on, you'll be able to get somewhere to sleep until your flight is ready. So if you are doing straight, you don't have a problem. Just pack everything into your luggage. But the carry-on, for the flights we used, you are allowed 100 ml and below when it comes to liquid cosmetics. But something like water, it wasn't allowed. People had to throw or drink up their water. Okay, and if you didn't know, yes, I had my first experience when I was going to Tamale. So they took out everything, my sunscreen, my body lotion, every single thing. So I decided to be very careful with that. If you're going to carry anything in your bag, for Kenya Airways, it was 100 ml and below acceptable. Above 100 ml, you have to put it in your check-in luggage. And the check-in, they will weigh your luggage. When you get to the airport and you're checking in, they will check. If it's more than the acceptable luggage, you may be asked to pay extra. So as you are packing for your vacation, have that in mind. One thing you can do, especially if you know you'll be shopping there, pick what you can wear for the first few days. When you get there, then you shop and use the clothing you've shopped there, if that's your plan. If you don't have intentions of shopping, then you have to do strategic packing so that everything will fit in. Count the number of days, add extra, at least 4 or 5 extra clothing to whatever you are packing. If you're going to spend 7 days plus 5 more, you will never know what will happen. So that's how you can pack your luggage so that you don't get into difficulties at the airport. When you get to the airport, you can ask where is the flight and their stand, and then you go in and you get checked in. You'll be given your boarding pass. After the boarding pass, then you go to the immigration where they will check you, okay, and then they will also key in your details as you're traveling out of the country. And then after that, we have the duty-free shop. So after the immigration, you'll be taken through the gates where you'll be boarding your flight. Now, on the flight, you have washrooms. I personally, would use the washroom before I board, and immediately upon arrival, I use the washroom. I do not feel comfortable going on a flight and going to the washroom, but when it's necessary, you've got to do what you've got to do. So you'll be told where the washrooms are. As to how you open the door will depend on the flight. But when you get there, read instructions. It will tell you what to do, how to open it. Read the instructions. Whether you're going to push or you turn the knob, you will know. So when it comes to the flight, these are some of the things that you need to know, especially for those who be doing layovers or transit. Make sure you pack extra things in your hand bag, your carrier bag, or whatever. Of course, you should not exceed the given weight, whether 5 kg or 7 kg. And then when you arrive, you're also going to be taken you through immigration again, because you are entering another country and a city for that matter. So you go through their immigration. You can ask if you're doing solo, you've never been to that country, you can ask, especially before you even disembark from the flight. You can ask, okay, I'm new here, where is the immigration office? And sometimes, okay, most often you find people going towards that side. Okay, almost everybody will go through the immigration, so you know where to go, right? That's the one thing I noticed. Once everybody disembarks from the flight, they go through the immigration. They'll register you upon your entry into that country. Now with Dubai, there were people there to direct you where to go, and especially we had kids at that time with us, so they directed us to where parents could go for quick check-ins, right? And I believe a lot of countries do that for parents, but if you're a solo person, you are going on your own, you may have to ask some questions and directions to get you through the immigration. And after the immigration, you can now exit the airport. If you are given a certain number of hours for your layover, please ask where the duty free is. You could do some shopping. If you have a long time, like a full day, you could go do some sightseeing, but be sure you come back to the airport on time. Now, talking about time, if there's one thing seasoned travelers will tell you, do not joke with check-in time. If they tell you check-in is 2 hours before boarding, please get there before the 2 hours. Anything can happen, any change can happen. You could encounter traffic, you could encounter anything on the way to the airport, so that you have enough time to get to the airport. I noticed that seasoned travelers do not joke with the check-ins, but for some reason, newbies tend to feel like, oh, it's not important. I have seen someone left behind, miss their flight. Okay, I literally witnessed the guy frustrated because he missed the check-in. So there's a check-in time, check your ticket. If the check-in says 2 hours before, please do well to get there. The time we play with when it comes to Ghana is not like that outside. For most often, it's not. So check-in is very important. You don't want to miss your flight. And you can also check in on the flight website to get updates about the flight. If there are changes, that was another lesson. If there's a reschedule, you will know. So it's like until you get to the airport, you have to basically keep up with what's going on the website. If it's an email, you check your emails. Hi to Nanama, right? For me, an awesome person with this information. So you check your email to see if there's any update about the flight, a change in flight or schedule. You save yourself a lot of stress before getting to the airport. So we'll continue with some of the things you would do when you get to the country, and also some of the things you should not do